So next UI control is UI stack view. So UI stack view, we can like using this, you can leverage the power of auto layout, that is creating user interface that can be dynamically adapt to the device orientation or screen size and any changes in the available space. The stack view manages the layout of all the views in the arrange subviews property. So this property, like these views are arranged along the stack view axis, which is either horizontally or vertically. So there are here we can see alignment particular of that views, the spacing, we can give the some spacing between the views, and this this x-axis is depend on the distribution and y is depend on the alignment. So we can just go to the next slide. Okay, so we have four major parts here, like the axis. So the content should be like vertically or horizontally. Then the next is distribution, so like how that particular stack arrange the multiple views. So stack is like which has multiple views inside it, views, or you can say other UI controls. So common term is we used view. So that means view means not only UI view, it can be UI button, UI label, and all the things. So that distribution property determines like how to distribute that particular views inside that particular stack view. The next one is alignment. So alignment of that particular stacks axis, like it should be centered or left, right, top. In that way, we can use the alignment property. And the spacing means the minimum spacing between the two items. Okay, so we'll just move to our code. So we'll create new project here. Choose the iOS app. Then I will give the name training. Make sure to use storyboard and Swift. Okay, so before using StackView, I will show like how it's hard to use without StackView some UI controls with auto layout. So as auto layouts, as earlier mentioned, auto layouts are for defining the UI with multi-device support. So that means if I add button here, and if I don't add any constraint, then it will be, suppose I add here, and you can see its position is y-axis 831. As this device is big, I can say, so it shows that button on. If I run the app, it will show that button. But if the device is smaller, let's say iPhone 6s, then it will not show, because that device don't have a size of that big. So for that we use auto layouts. But using only auto layouts without stack view, it's very hard. So I'm not saying stack view is useful every time, but most of the time we can just use auto layout using stack view. So I will show the problem here. Suppose I want to show two buttons which should be horizontally placed, and button size should be equal. So I will just give button background color, so that will be used to highlight that particular button. So I will change the color. So this is the button, and I want another button, so I will just copy paste that button. But I want the UI which has equal spacing between two buttons and some equal leading and trailing. Okay, so I will just add, suppose 10 from here, 100 from top. Okay, so I added for this button. Now I will add trailing 100 for this button, and sorry, not 100, 10 and 100 from above. Now I want to stress this stress two buttons and having equal as a 10. So if I add horizontal spacing between this as 10, so it will give me the error because no button has fixed width. So I give fixed width as 200, then it will just render accordingly. But here you can see problem. This button width is 200, but this button's width you can check it is 184. So we can't give exact size because this device size is different. So suppose I have added here 200, but let's say next device is of width of 500, then this button size gets automatically increased. So if we want same button size, we just need to calculate and like show that particular thing. And suppose you want anyway, you just calculated size programmatically and add it to the buttons, it will work, but it has some calculation required. Okay. Even though if requirement changes and the requirement is like we should have only one button per row and next button should be down, the requirement changed. So for that I need to remove some constraint, and so for that I will just remove constraint from the next button. Okay, and just go down this button, and I just need to remove this width as well and add 10 here. Now I need to add again 10 here and 10 here. Okay, so these efforts are needed to change just direction of that particular buttons. Previously it was horizontal, now it's vertical, and again change is there and just want previous one, then I need to again remove the constraint and add again. So for such requirement, StackView is very useful. So I just add StackView here. Sorry. So if I search the StackView, I can see two types of StackViews: horizontal StackView or vertical StackView. So if as per our earlier requirement, we should have two horizontal buttons equally placed. Okay, so I will use horizontal StackView, and for now I will just no, it's okay. I will just add a constraint to this StackView. Suppose it's 15 and 10 and 10, and just I will just provide the fixed width, sorry, fixed height of this StackView as 70, let's say. Okay, now I want two buttons, so I will just go here, search for button, add that button here. So now you can see that button and StackView size is same. So I will simplicity, I will just add background color to the button. Okay, so go to StackView and check check the attribute inspector, and here you can see all the four properties that I explained in my slide, which is axis, distribution, alignment, spacing. So this you can say set from here or from the code. For now you will just check here, so you can see axis. So once I click on axis, I can see horizontal, vertical. Similar way you had checked here. Once I so StackView, we have horizontal StackView, vertical StackView. So we can, even though I use horizontal StackView, I can just convert it into the vertical as well. So that is very useful. Then alignment. So alignment should be top, center, bottom, from first from baseline, last from baseline. Okay. Then distribution. So by default it's fill. So that means that particular stack view entirely filled by that particular button. Fill equally means we should have equal element of items. Then fill proportional, proportionally it will get size for the each item. Equal spacing means spacing should be the equal for all the items, and equal centering means it should be centered equally. So as per our requirement, we should have fill equally because two button size should be same. Okay, so till now we just added a constraint to only stack view, but that button we haven't added any constraint, and that is the beauty of stack view. We don't need to add any constraint to the button. I mean inside whatever element added in the stack view. So I will just copy paste this button. So now you can see two buttons added automatically, but there is no need to add any constraint. And as our requirement is like it should be 10 from leading, 10 from trailing, and 10 from in between. So for in between size, we just use spacing. By default, it was 0. I will just add 10. So now it's automatically rendered. Okay, so that is if I want one more button, I will just copy paste here. So size is automatically adjust. But in without stack view, we need to calculate. Need to add constraint, and there is a lot of effort. So for now, I will just remove this button. And as I said earlier, we had a requirement change from horizontal to vertical. So here in stack view also we can do that. Just need to change the axis horizontal to vertical. So it will automatically provide that vertical alignment between that particular two buttons. Here just we see that the button size is too small. But for that we just change stack view's height. No need to change any button size. So I will just change like 140. It will show again uh, whatever constant you want. So in that way, stack view is very useful, and you can use stack view inside any view. So even though in table view, collection view, so depend on the requirement, we should use stack view. So that's why stack view is very powerful tool. And the same all the things we done here, we can do the programmatic as well. So yeah, that's it for the stack view.